Eileen. This is Super at 60, and I am mighty glad that you are here and sharing your time with me. I just got up this morning and I thought, I just feel like trying a new recipe. Most people don't wake up and have that first thought, but I do. So it's not really a new recipe. I have made it before. It's my mother-in-law's recipe, and she wrote it out for me probably 30 years ago. And I'll explain it a little bit more in detail about it, but it's a little hard to follow the recipe, so I have to really concentrate. And I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna turn the camera on and we're just gonna have some fun in my kitchen today. Yeah, they're called Little Fritz Cupcakes. They're absolutely delicious. And I'll tell you why they're called Little Fritz Cupcakes as I'm going along in the kitchen. So come on and join me. And yeah, excuse the hot mess today, because yuck. See ya. Yeah. So we're gonna start out here. She says, cook the raisins into 2 cups of water. But I think what she really meant was just kind of reconstitute the raisins. So I have this nifty little thing here my sweet neighbor Jan gave to me, and it measures out. I used to have one 100 years ago, I think, from Pampered Chef, and I lost it. I don't know what, maybe it broke or something, but she just got me one, and I love these. You just push the ingredients, bloop, you just plop them right in. Well, I'm not gonna plop these because you know what, they'll just splash all over. So in goes 1 cup of raisins into 2 cups of hot water. Okay, so it's not scalding hot, but ooh, it is pretty hot. Hotter than you would want it, a whole lot hotter than you'd want it for yeast. So anyway, I'm just gonna set those aside for a minute. Okay, so now, let's see, cook for 10 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna let those sit for 10 minutes. Remove from heat, then add the Crisco, cream, sugar. Okay, all right, so let's do all the wet stuff, okay? So let's do the Crisco. I need a 1/2 cup of Crisco shortening. All right, so I'm gonna use my little handy dandy thing here again, and I'm gonna wind it. Oh, you got ounces, millimeters, cups, that's what I want. Pint, that's really cool. Thanks, Jan. All right, so up to 1/2 cup, and here we go. Here's my Crisco. I probably should be able to measure it out by myself, but by sight, certainly by now I should be able to do that. I wanted to use this cool thing. I love it. All right, so there's our Crisco. Whoop, let's do this. Let's just plop it right in. Well, I guess Crisco can't plop. Crisco, peanut butter, things like that. But you just cut it right off, right like that. Now that's really cool. All right, in it goes. Not sure we even need that again, but I will keep it handy. Okay, so cream, Crisco, sugar. Okay, let's put an egg in. There's 1 egg. And I think the next thing I'm gonna put in here is my sugar. Now I wanna show you my sugar. Okay, before I put my sugar in, I just wanna explain that today I'm gonna be using my vanilla, the vanilla that I made. Yeah, I had a whole bunch of vanilla beans in here that I have since found out I should have left them in here, but I didn't. I think there's 1 in there, and oh my goodness, the beans on the bottom, you have to give it a little shake every once in a while. I don't like to turn it upside down because I did ones a little bit dripped out. So I thought, better not do that. So I'll just shake it. But it's beautiful. It smells so good. And we're using it today, and I'm so excited. So let me show you what I have done with the pods, the vanilla pods that were in there. In this little container here, I have this marked as vanilla sugar. I did that 3/21, so back in March. I took out the pods. I put a rubber band around them. I washed the rubber band really well, and I just tried to get all of them. There will be a few little stragglers here and there. I didn't want to throw them away. I wasn't sure quite what to do with them, but like I said, I should have left them in my vanilla. So anyway, I'm making vanilla sugar. Yeah, so this sugar is all sweetened now and all flavored with the vanilla beans. So you want to use this for your baking purposes. Now it's a little clumpy right now, but I'm gonna break it up. And like I said, I'll probably find a seed or 2 in there. But let's see what happens. I'm curious. Vanilla sugar. I'm not even sure that if you use this for a recipe that you even need to add vanilla to your recipe. All right, so next time you make vanilla, or next time you get your hands on some vanilla beans, and they are so expensive, drop a bunch of them in a bag of sugar. We're using this today, and I'm just gonna, I think what I'm gonna do is just take the rest of my pods here. I'm just gonna rinse them out in water, let them dry again. It'll take a few days to do that, and then I'm gonna stick them back in my vanilla. Yep, I am. Okay, oh boy, that smells so good over here. Something smells good. It's my vanilla, that's what it is. Oh, it smells so great. Look how beautiful. Here, take a smell. Don't you hate when I do that? You really wanna smell it. 1 cup of sugar. Let's just scoop this out. It's just easier. Okay. And I'm going to put it right in here. And that's all the sugar I need. All right, let's give this a cream. There we go. Cream all that stuff together. Now, according to her recipe, these raisins should have been cooking for 10 minutes in boiling water. And then somewhere in there it says, I mean, if you were to read it, you would suppose that these two, hot water, the 2 cups of hot water were to be added to this. It's not enough flour, it's not enough dry ingredients to sustain 2 cups of water, I don't think. So I think what I'm gonna do is pour out the water and just have these nice plump raisins that I'm gonna put in there. All right, that's looking good. All right, let's put in our raisins. I don't squeeze them out or anything. I just simply pour off the water so they're nice and moist. I'll go ahead and give them a mix. So now we're gonna put in 1 3/4 cups of flour. Just all-purpose flour is just fine. Okay, so there's 1. And I'm just gonna guesstimate 3/4. There we go. We may have to twix it a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. All right, that's good. Now we don't want to do that too much, but let's go ahead and put the spices in. Good grief. It's difficult when you're trying to piece together a recipe. You want it to come out. And okay, now we're going to add our spices. We have a lot of spices in here. So where's my teaspoon? There it is. We're gonna put 1 teaspoon of cinnamon in here. Yeah, I love cinnamon. So make sure for this particular recipe, since there's so many spices, strong spices, that you do get it nice and even. Okay, there's that. And then we need 1 teaspoon of cloves. Wow, seems like a lot, but we'll go with it, Nana. Okay, 1 teaspoon. And everything's 1 teaspoon. I think that's all she was thinking that day was teaspoons. So we'll see if she was right. Let me know if you have any old recipes from your mom or your grandma or your mother-in-law or a dear friend, somebody. Okay, that was 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, cloves, cinnamon, nutmeg. And now the one thing that we need a teaspoon of is soda. Baking soda. She just writes soda. Okay, so let's go ahead and mix that in. And while that's going, we need a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. All right, let's mix that all together and see what happens. I think just for kicks, just for fun, for myself, my own gratification, I'm gonna go ahead and add some vanilla. And I can see that I am gonna need a little liquid. Go back over here and get some hot water. Let's add it as we need it. Whoop. Maybe she was right about the 2 cups. Oh, wouldn't that be funny? I think that'd be hysterical. Oh, if she were here right now, she'd be just sitting there with her head in her hands. Bless her heart. I wish she was here right now, drinking a cup of tea or something. That's what she'd be drinking. Okay, I'm probably, building up all the gluten here and making a horrible mess, but remember, we're just playing today. I don't know. Let's see. Whip it up just a little bit more. All right, let's see what kind of a batter we have here. Well, we definitely have a batter. All right, here's how the batter came out. I think it's going to be great. I really do. And I do think that she meant perhaps to cook those and have the hot water. That's fine. She did specify that. I just took it upon myself to change it. But I did have to add some of the water. It just wasn't 2 cups. So she may have been mistaken on the 2 cups. And yeah, I do remember trying, like I said, trying this recipe before in the past, and it did come out, but I don't think it was quite the 2 cups of water either. To this day, I have never followed it exactly. That would probably make her a little bit upset. But anyway, all right, so I like to take a measuring cup and I'm gonna scoop them right into my greased muffin pans. Okay, my oven is preheating to 350, and now, as you know, if you watch for very long, I love to top all my sweetbreads and muffins with this nice little sandy sugar. Just sprinkle them on the top, and when they come out, it adds a little bit of an extra crunch, which is really nice, and a wonderful, wonderful sparkly glow. I love this stuff. Italian sweet cream. It is as close as I can get, guys. You need 2 cups of heavy cream. All right, this is the Aldi stuff. I always use Aldi. So 2 cups, which is 16 ounces. Yeah, 16 ounces. All right, so 2 cups going in. And I'm putting it in a pitcher right now because you have to stir it really, really well, or whisk it. Okay, just let it drip for a minute. And then your next ingredient is going to be sweetened condensed milk. Okay, sweetened condensed milk. So again, just use the Aldi brand, or you can use the Carnation or any other store brand is just fine. It is the 14-ounce can that you're gonna need. Right, I think we got everything out of there. I'm gonna give that a stir real quick. Don't put this in a blender or anything like that because you are working with heavy cream. And of course, you know what you're gonna do. You're gonna make whipped cream, and we don't wanna do that. We don't wanna go that far. All right, in goes your 14 ounces of sweetened condensed milk. Now you are gonna need a little spoon or a little spatula or something, because this is sticky stuff. And it does like to stick a lot to the bottom, and you wanna make sure you get every bit of it. This right here is really the base for any coffee creamer, right here. All right, and now we're gonna add really, really good quality vanilla. And I am gonna use my own. I'm gonna give it a good shake. Dare I attempt to tip it just really quickly? Yeah, very good. All righty. Oh yeah. All right, and we're gonna put in 2 teaspoons of that. 2 teaspoons of really, really good vanilla. And just be real careful. Okay, 1, 2, and sometimes I need just a little extra more. I'll just keep my vanilla at hand here just in case. Let's give that a good shake. Good whisk. All right, just be careful. You know, you're not making whipped cream. Be careful, be careful. It's, you know, just kind of go slowly, gently. You do want to use a whisk. It's the sweetened condensed milk that you're really whisking in here. You want to make sure that it is well incorporated in the cream. This takes a few minutes, or a minute at least. It's like a really thick, pasty kind of feel at the beginning. And then when it's ready, you'll see it's a little bit more liquidy. Now, each time you use it, and you'll want to store it in your fridge, of course, but each time you use it, you just want to give it a quick shake. You don't have to go through this process again. You don't have to do that. All right, now I'm just going to give it a quick taste. Make sure I think I have 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and that's going to be just fine. Let me check. Oh, boy. Woo, is that good? All right. The optional ingredient is almond extract. So I live on the wild side. I love almond. Right now, if you want to stop, you can even add a little bit more vanilla. I'm going to add, what is it? About probably 1 teaspoon. Yeah, I wouldn't go any more than just a little bit less than a teaspoon. A little bit less than a teaspoon. And just kind of taste it as you go along. Now, what I did was save a container from my other coffee creamers, and I just wrote on there with a Sharpie Italian sweet cream, and we're going to put that in there right now. Just get a little funnel. That's why I mixed it up in a pitcher, because it just makes it so easy. And in it goes. Just hold your container down. Okay, now it's a little thick, so it takes just a second. Just a second. Oh, it's beautiful. All right, I'm just gonna let it drip right in. Okay, there we go. Guess what, you guys? You have 2 cups worth of Italian sweet creamer, okay? And you put your little lid on it, just like that. Put that in the refrigerator, and you now have another coffee creamer to add to your collection, and you're gonna love it. Well, I would call this a great day in the kitchen. Yeah, I think we had great success. I really do. Between the beautiful muffins and this fantastic coffee creamer. Oh man, I wish every one of you was sitting around my kitchen table right now. Can you imagine the fun we would have? Well, anyway, here's one of the muffins. Can you believe how beautiful that is? Look at the sparkly top. Look how it peaked so perfectly. It looks like a little mushroom. These smell so wonderful. All those spices and that cinnamon. I love cinnamon. All right, I'm gonna take a little bite for you. All right, I haven't even tried any of it yet, so I don't know. I hope it's good. It's very moist. Wow. Very, very good. Okay, let's give this bad boy a good try here. Oh boy, that is good. That is also hot, but it is good. It is so good. It tastes just like the store brand. Well, I wanted to tell you quick the story of those little Fritz muffins, okay? It's funny, I guess they normally would have been called like a raisin spice muffin, but my husband and his sister, there was a little dog in the neighborhood. He was a cute little brown dog, kind of a golden brown, deep brown, and a little dachshund, I think he was. Now I'm getting this story secondhand, third hand, fourth hand. I don't know how many times I've heard it. It's probably different each time. But anyway, it's sweet. And the kids loved this little dog, and his name was Fritz. Okay, he was a sweet little neighborhood dog. And so my mother-in-law was baking these muffins for the kids for when they got home, and they both came running in the house. And when they saw these muffins, the color of the muffins apparently looked just like the fur of little Fritz. They both said, "Little Fritz muffins, it looks just like little Fritz." So therefore, you know, how many years ago was that? 50 some years ago? Yeah, the little Fritz muffins came to be. So that's the story. It's a sweet story. And every time I make them or smell something spicy like that, I think of Nana's little Fritz muffins. So bye friends. Thank you so much for joining me, and Lord bless each and every one of you. And I will see you again in my kitchen. Maybe we'll experiment again. Who knows?